Welcome yet again. If you're always wondering why I pause, it's for the opening music. I don't want to do any extra editing. I don't have to.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure?
So welcome to Together's Ape Strong. This time joining us, we have Dr. Zombo, Norman, the amazing Dr. Zombo. He's actually the reason why I know Robert.
I am here.
Yeah, baby.
That's the
breathing,
Genesis point.
sorta.
We've got
How
my
you
fiance, Misty.
Hello.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're here to talk about the Dante's Inferno album, that self-titled album put together, compiling artists from around the world to make a collaborative concept album based on the works of Dante Alighieri, the Divine Comedy, the first book. We're not going to do the other two books because they're kind of fucking boring, but that's just all there is to it. I've read all three.
Tell us how you really feel, please. Okay.
I don't give a shit. It's not even as catty. Okay, we're sticking with hell. Hell's where the cool stuff is. No one ever does a concept album of all three books. It's always just the first one.
No, even when I did comic books, I wrote a comic book and it was based on Dante's Inferno. Just the first book, because the other two is like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
About that. We want the circles of hell.
Yeah,
you know?
Everything. There's other places in the mythology.
Right. Yeah.
I want the dark shit. You know what I mean? I'm not looking to make it all fucking fancy and
yeah, because we're so fancy, Norm. I mean, Dr. Zombo. Oops.
I'm the fanciest motherfucker on the planet.
You are. I wish you could be 1/10 as fancy as you.
I took a shower yesterday. I mean, come on, how fancy?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I that reminds me. I also need to shower.
I got it for years. So
Swamp
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. This is an album. It's a great album. 15 songs. I heard it's on it.
Yes, 15 songs, and so this episode is going to be kind of, since Utah has banned access to Pornhub, I have to stroke my ego somehow. So we're just stroking this album that I helped put together. The first track is called Selva Obscura by Wandering Stars, and Derek Christopher's the first person I asked to be on the album. He's the first person I talked to when I came up with it, and he's the first person to contribute a track. Before I ever even got mine, he had these done and sent to me.
Wow. Wow.
And he immediately, I was like, do you want to take a circle of hell? And he's like, I want to do an intro and an outro. And I'm like, all right, cool. Fucking A, I guess.
That works.
So
that works. I thought it was a great intro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect intro song.
I had to look up Wandering Stars after that, because after that song and the second one that they do, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it fucking hit me good. I really fucking dug what they were doing. It was really good.
Yeah, I've been very impressed by everything Wandering Stars has done. The first album I heard of theirs was After Animals, and I fell in love with that and then became friends with Derek, and it was, he's a very talented musician. He's a kind of a dickhead when it comes to fucking nu metal, and when he sees this, he's gonna know, and he's gonna grin and get a shit-eating grin about it, because me and him butt head over that all the time. But I love the guy.
Up yours, dickhead. Oh, by the way, you're my friend.
No. Just on the nu metal thing. Overall, he's a genuinely nice human being who stands up for women's rights and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just about nu metal. That's just about that.
Oh, okay. He's one of my best friends.
You won't be hearing that from Wandering Stars.
Okay.
If he comes out with a nu metal album, though, it'll probably be amazing, because he dislikes it so much. There's probably a part of him that's like good at it. But
we're all our worst. We're all our worst critics.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But and then that leads. It was like about the woods. If you've read Dante's Inferno, which I'd recommend, since we made a whole album about it, it's the woods of despair or confusion or darkness leading into it, heading up into the woods. That's what his first track represents, and then it goes into Apes with Limbo. What did you guys think of it?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Limbo is great. I see. You know me, Josh, and you guys all know me. I love being grabbed by an album. I think that's very important to grab someone.
Yes.
Grab them by the boo-boo.
That's exactly right. The boo-boo. That's exactly what I was thinking too. The boo-boo. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Anyway, so but yeah, and then it goes into Limbo, and Limbo's very cool. That's a really interesting track. I like that. The best word I can, at least for me, is the mysticism of it. It's got that ethereal kind of wavy sound that kind of makes your brain kind of go squish in your head.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love that, you know?
I really felt like the whole album, I mean, from beginning to end, gives you what I call the trip wave. You know what I'm saying? Where it brings you down and then eases you out and then brings you up and kind of gives you the peaks and the valleys. And it follows along with the story well on a feeling level. So I really dug it. And yeah, the first song that I heard was the one you're talking about. It comes right out with it, and it's just, there it is, you know? And honestly, I'll be honest, at first, because I wasn't reading, like, who was doing what, I thought it was you and Misty.
Oh,
That's funny.
I really did. I was like, oh shit, man, he brought Misty in, everybody's having a good fucking time. I was,
Yay.
yes, you know, that's the thing, the artists that, oh shit, did we freeze out?
No, you're good.
Okay,
You're
Dr. Zombo's all frozen. Okay, we're back.
No, I mean, I can freeze if you'd like me to. Ready?
Yeah, free lockup. Yeah. Anyway. So, the whole point, all the artists that I got were like people who do a bunch of different genres, and I found it really interesting that even though, like, Apes is kind of like a funky, rapish kind of group, and that you can hear that in their songs on this album, but even though that's the thing, everybody kind of brought a rock or metal element to it because it was inspired by Hell. I found it very interesting that Hell brings the metal out of everyone, regardless of what genre they're naturally in. There was a little bit more rock or metalness to each one of them. And that's where Sam from Apes is, he's the vocalist, lyrics writer, and he also made the artwork that you see behind me. He made all of that art for the album and each individual track for it too.
Nice.
He's a fucking great guy. I appreciate him a lot.
I personally dig the fact that there's a chick on there.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, her voice is so amazing. She sounds awesome.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
I was kind of taken by that because it was, for me, I've heard all of your stuff and I was trying to discern. I was like, his voice sounds a little bit different, but that's got to be him. And then I look back and I was like, oh, fuck, that's not even him. So, like, I remember sending you a message being like, hey, man, fucking good job. I was confused as shit. And then when I realized, I was like, well, that's even better because you see the mix of everybody's music really blend so well. Yeah. So you almost don't know who's doing what, but it has a similarity, but it's still different. So each track is just uniquely its own.
Yeah, it was kind of like a science experiment because, like, self-titled albums thing is to be every track, every song, and every album to have its own vibe anyway. So, and it was kind of there's this record company called Ripple Music, and they do these joint album split concept albums called Turn to Stone, and that's what inspired the thought process on this. I really wanted to be on one of their Doom compilation things, where they had a Howling Giant and Sergeant Thunderhoof did a split album all where it tells one big story, and it sounded super cohesive. And I was like, I wonder if I could pull that off using the same method that they used for the animated Dante's Inferno movie that they made back when they made that game. They made a movie to go along with it, and every Circle of Hell was done by a different director. And I was like, I'm just gonna fucking sandwich both those ideas together and see what happens. And without telling anybody what was going on and or what they had to do, just tell them, just interpret it your own way. It still managed to come out this cohesive. It's
fucking awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
It really did. It's got great to it.
Yeah. Next track is Lust, and that's my own track. I'm not going to say much about it because it's about fucking a knife.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
No, it's a fucking it definitely
it's knives, man.
How can you? Yeah, how can you go wrong with that?
And fucking knives and fucking
knives. Ouch! Owie!
I'm not going to say that I'm opposed, and I'm not going to say that I've never done something sort of kind of like it. I mean,
basically, what happened is that scene from Seven. I watched Seven one night, and I was like, "Man, that's fucking brutal." And then I wrote a song about fucking a knife.
Are you talking about the little attachment the guy finds?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You want to hear a funny story? Totally off topic.
Yes, please.
I used to do a lot of stuff in the body modification industry, and there was this guy, I'm not going to mention his name because I'm not going to jail. He needed an attachment for his shit, and it was basically a double-headed spear, like the old African spears. and it was about 6 inches long, and he was like, make that fucker sharp. And I was like, oh yeah, and it had a sound connected to the bottom of it, so it went down inside, bolted in, and I made a custom key so his boyfriend could get it on and off for him.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy shit, man.
Yeah, somebody came out, they're like, you want to be responsible for that? I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, brutal.
Yes, I don't mind. I like writing songs about that because I like to put those kind of thoughts into people's heads and make them cringe. But
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, this is
fucking awesome.
Lust was actually originally written to be part of the story for the album Blood Rose for the Girl in My Trunk, but it fit like the vibe because people kept assuming that it was a song about just sex, and I'm like, well then, maybe I'll just use this on the Dante's Inferno album.
There you go. Nice. There you go.
Yeah, and then we go on now as Apes. Next one, Gluttony. This one blew me away. I didn't I knew that Sam was a good lyricist, but this one like got fucking in my head and stuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine, I listened to it cranked way up with the headphones on, and it was like, after I listened to it, I was like, holy shit. Okay. Headphones on.
All you can eat experience. That line, I fucking love that line.
Yes. Yeah. And plus, I love to eat anyway, so it was a perfect song.
Yes, as an American.
Yeah.
I was American. I was like, that's
great
here.
song.
Yeah, that's not what he's. I mean, I know he's singing about actual gluttony, but I'm like, yes, America.
Talking about the movie Seven, you have a lot of the same elements, and I know that Seven was partially due with Dante's Inferno also. So like the mix, it just kind of reminded me of the guy sitting at the fucking table, you know what I mean? But it also reminded me of the fucking consumerist fucking society that we live in. You know?
That's perfect.
It's just, give it to me fast to feed me, you know what I mean?
That's right. Yep.
Great description, man.
Greedy, much like the next track. Going on into, this is Xander Zymox's Avarice is what he has it listed as in Greed. I think it's ironic that he got the Greed track because he is the only artist to get super excited and release his song before the album came out. So I was like,
greedy way.
Perfect. Like, if anybody was going to get that one, I'm glad it was him. It fits. It fits the whole theme. It doesn't even fuck anything up. Like, this actually stays entirely in character for the album. Well done.
Yay.
I was actually impressed with him quite a bit. I like it's good to have that electronic mix in with what you guys are doing because there's a little bit of that in every track. And when he comes in with that, it really pulls the whole. It's like the rug to the room, it pulls a room together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if this was the first time he did vocals, but I know it's like one of the first few times that he started doing his own vocals on a track. And I know like he wasn't. I like everybody who just gets started doing that kind of shit. They're doubting it constantly, but I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!
It was
you
awesome.
did great. Like this is excellent work. Like I sing all the time, and I'm not sitting here finding anything to critique on it or anything like that. I'm not that kind of dickhead anyway. But it was fucking great work. And so when he told me it was I saw that. But, but when he said it was his first time, I'm like, really? You don't sound like it, man. You did a good job. So.
Yeah. Nothing to hold his head down on. It was very good. Yeah, it was really good. So, yeah, I dug it.
I'm going to jump ahead, but I will say H12 was really good too.
H12, Doug Halliday did a great job with that. I'm hoping to do some songs, me, him, and Rob, get something kind of diffuse our styles together because he did such a really interesting job with that. I
was impressed with there's so many different tracks on here that have so many different feels, but they all are cohesive. But H12 kind of jumped out at me. I haven't heard it before, and it was, it was good. That and the Wandering Stars so far out of these bands, because a lot of them I haven't heard. So I was like, oh, fucking hey, when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, there's everybody on here, So this album really turned me on to some new tunes. And
that's great. That's what I really hope to find is that people become fans of new artists. And like, it's the Together Apes Strong motto kind of thing. That's like why this show exists is the same reason why that album exists, to bring people together, to expose people to new music. And because like, everybody wants exposure all the time, and we all do better if we work together for this kind of shit. In fact, that's what brought the segue into this. That's what brought the four of us together, was the concept of Zombonites Unite. Dr. Zombo, I keep fucking up because no, Dr. Zombo brought us together with the same passion because we're horror creators too. So like, probably as the Halloween months approach, this show will transition more to be about horror shit, and I'm going to try and get
I'm super stoked.
More Dr. Zombo involved. But that's why this show exists anyway, is between this album and his passion to bring us horror people together. And I'm like, well, let's do that with music too. And then he interviewed me on his show, Sounds of the Underground.
Sounds from the flip side.
Yep.
Yeah, Sounds of the Flip Side. That's it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I like this album the first time I listened to it through, because things are so different. But like Dr. Zombo said, it's very cohesive. But I likened it to an evil Woodstock. Like,
dude, yes.
You know, like if they had a Woodstock that was just built on evil, this would be the soundtrack for that.
Yeah. The next track is Death Threat Cassette's Wrath, which Misty did a music video for, and it's we could go with the Woodstock thing. Like the video is just her dancing with a bunch of animated dancers. So it's like now I'm not going to unsee that. Now I'm going to think that is just the Woodstock in hell kind of thing. That is a good way to put this album. I love that.
There we go. Woodstock and Hell. Hellstock. Oh, that's already over named.
Hellstock. Stock and Hell thing. I think this could be a thing.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. That'd be if we could ever play this album live, that's what we call the show.
Yeah, they have that over in England. It's a festival called Hellstock.
Oh,
and it's great. Yeah, I was like, how come they get all the good ones over there and we get them?
They do get some amazing shows over there.
Because we're Americans.
Death Threat Cassette is also I think it's Lee Patterson. I can't say there. He's got his last name.
It's Lee.
Is a bit Frenchy, and I'm going to slaughter pronouncing it. But Lee, the vocalist and basically the mind behind Death Threat Cassette, him and his wife Kimmy are just amazing people. Yeah, and we just love working with them. We're going to be doing a review of their album All Hail Death Threat Cassette here soon too. I love working with those guys.
Yeah, they're sweethearts.
They were the second people to have their stuff submitted for this. He jumped on it so fast. He was like, nobody's asked me to do anything like this before. I'm stoked. He did his song, and then he did just this one, and then came back to me and he's like, can I do another? I'm like, yeah, please, fucking do it. Yes, I would love you to do that. Awesome, yes. So that's how we got Wrath.
Please do.
Wrath is the first music video I've ever made that made it to 5,000 views. So that was fucking cool. I was like, damn, man.
I love that.
People dig Death Threat Cassette, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's great stuff. Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't believe he does it all himself, which is really impressive.
Yeah, all one man. He's an amazing artist.
Yeah. Okay, yes. I'll shut up.
Okay. Robert, shut up.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Yes. So next is another ego stroking session for me, which is Heresy.
Great song.
Listen, in the actual circle of Dante's Inferno, I was going to originally write this about like the actual circle, but I was reading it and it's super homophobic. Like the book itself, the whole circle of the circle of heresy and stuff, like it's not what I want to be talking about at all. Between heresy and violence, both of those two get pretty fucked up, and I'm like, I'm not singing about that. So I went with what I actually inspired, what heresy actually means to me, because I used to be I'm a former pastor, so I have some opinions on that shit. So that's what I ended up with. That's how I got to where I got.
Wait a minute, you went to a church and you didn't burst into flame?
I didn't. No, I didn't personally. I ended up leading the fucking thing for a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Doctor.
Track. Okay, there's one track that you did that to me was very reminiscent of Mr. Bungle. And I can't remember if it's heresy or if it was the violence. God damn it. Like, I almost want to pull it up. I'm still fucking confused over my memory is so fucking shot, but there's one in particular where the opening lyrics was something like something you need to get the job done. And then there's a pause and then it goes into the fucking song. But for me that's
that's the heresy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say I don't know how you feel about Mr. Bungle, but I
love him, yeah.
He loves him.
It reminded me of Mr. Bungle, very Mike Pad, and I thought that was fucking excellent.
My ego will never be upset hearing comparisons to Mike Patton. I don't have the balls to say that myself because I feel like that's a great way to just get insulted right afterwards. But I love hearing that shit.
Right when I heard it and I listened through, I was like, because you take it down a notch and then you kick it up, and the orchestration between, you know, the instruments that you're playing and everything is well put together, like a Mr. Bungle song, which to me was very like mathematical. You know what I'm saying? But it had enough chaos and order to really blend it together and make it a good song. And I thought it was fucking excellent. So that was a really good fucking track.
Another fun, interesting bit for that track, though, that since you mentioned the way it's, but that piano riff is me. I played that, and then I sent that over to the guitarist Rob, and apparently some of the tracks that I sent over were not the full length as they were supposed to be. And instead of telling me this, he just spliced and reworked it to get it to be the way it is there on the fucking song. Wow. It kind of, so like, I played them, but his splicing created them into a little bit different thing that I ended up being in love with, and I love that collaboration, that nature. Like, that wasn't what I intended with it originally, but it became something so cool that I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
That works.
Yeah. See, where are we going? You're on to. Now we're on to age 12.
Yeah, the Violence Ring 1, 2,
Violence Ring 1.
Yes. So good it was split into 3.
In the book, it's split into 3 as well, which is kind of how we get to that point. But it's also because everybody wanted to pick it. Like,
gosh, this I wonder why.
Yeah, this is the circle that everybody seems to gravitate to. Doug did a great job with this track. It kind of between Doug, Xander Zymox, and the Dr. Steel and Wandering Stars, they kind of put this industrial layer to the whole album that then the rock people kind of stack on top of. Yeah, it's very cool.
I think that's what stuck out to me the most was the mix of the industrial, the rock, and then you've got the Wandering Stars with this more Spanish influence, like melodic, you know. So it's just the right amount of flavor. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit from everywhere and kind of holds it together.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, welcome back. Sir, there wasn't actually a break. I'm going to edit all that out, but not this part, so it'll be confusing.
That's how we like it.
Exactly. Yes.
The more confusing, the better. The less professional,
that's where we talk about the tragedies. Did we just freeze up? Okay. I think we did a little bit. Yay. Cool.
Just a tinge, but you're back. It's all good.
We're on to Violence Ring 2. Yes. You actually got me, you bastard.
I'll be good from now on. I'm sorry. I'll be a good boy.
You were so full of shit.
Froze really well. It was very convincing there for a second.
See, the doctor knows Bob very well. Very, very well. He knows I'm completely full of shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, but you fuckers if you want.
Yeah. Now to bring you down horribly, we've got Violence Ring 2, which is this is probably the most like fit to the book itself song. This is definitely the most directly for it. Like it is directly inspired by the second ring of the second of Violence. And that circle's about suicide. That's where everybody goes when they commit suicide and they get turned into trees.
Yep. So Catholics.
That is literally what the song is about. It is 100% just my interpretation of that section of the book and the effects that I use to where it gets to the end. Like the idea in my head is that it's gradually went from being a fresh person just got into hell, becoming a demon who's now rooted there and stuck and made peace with not made peace, still very upset that they're there but lost their humanity. And I tried to convey that in the vocal mix.
I love it. Very descriptive.
Yeah. Did a great job.
Yes. Addition. It brings the emotion to it.
Yes, that's for sure.
It's letting go, knowing I'm fucking stuck. I might as well enjoy it and become what I'm supposed to be.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right,
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nowhere to go. This is where I'm at. This is my new reality.
Yeah. I was worried when I first wrote it because it does kind of say help me. And Rob, when I sent it to him, and he's like, well, the lyrics are a little repetitive, and then I explained where things were getting to it. And then I also sarcastically said, yeah, but I mean, like, a guitarist can do the same fucking chug for 3 minutes straight. Nobody's singing it. Like,
Actually, one of my favorite parts of the song.
Yes.
yeah.
But good job though on Ring 2.
Yeah. What it be now that I've done stroke myself over it? What would, from an outside point of view, what do you guys think?
It's a piece of shit. No, anyway, I think it was really great. It was fantastic, and you got the feel. That's the beauty of this record, is everybody took it very seriously. That they got the feel for the Circle of Hell that they got.
Yeah,
and you're included in that.
Yeah, and I agree with him. Is you can tell everyone took it to the level it needed to go to pull it together. So there's times when people get an idea and they just are completely missing the point, but with this track, you hit the point, like I said, and it shows the humanity being lost throughout the song. And it's hard to usually convey that through music on something that has a concept, but you actually grasp that and you bring it together. So I think it was very well done. And I don't think it was repetitive at all. And the little repetitions that are in it are necessary. You know what I mean? Because if you're stuck in hell, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to go down a fucking wormhole. It's going to be a little repetitive. It has to be. Because that's what's pounding in your head. Because every time it repeats to yourself, it's taking a piece of that humanity away. And that's when the metamorphosis happens. And it shows that from beginning to end. And then you almost feel a violent freedom at the end where it's like, fuck it, bring it on. We're here. I'm game. I am what I'm supposed to be. And this is where fucking eternity takes me.
Yeah.
That's personally my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, it's a fucking great.
Yeah.
I love the help me, because it's like you can feel the emotion in it. Like,
yeah,
like he's
absolutely
asking for help. That's fucking awesome.
Anybody in turmoil is not going to just say help me and walk away.
Yeah. Yep.
Because
it doesn't work that way.
Help me. They're going down that hole. They're grabbing sides of the walls, hoping there's a rock or something to hold on to. And of course, what do you do but keep screaming for fucking help?
Exactly. I personally, I know that feeling, so I know where he's coming from.
Yeah. So good job. Yeah, good job, Josh. Keep stroking yourself.
Yes,
it's really good.
I will. Then leading out of that goes into the Violence Ring 3, which is Dr. Thaddeus Steele, the new Dr. Steele, the successor.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's super fucking cool. I love his just his style. I mean, I love the original Dr. Steele, but Thaddeus has got a little bit more metal.
Yeah.
When he said yes, he'd do a song on this, I was like, fuck yeah! And he's like, can I do Violence? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck which one you pick. You pick whatever. I'll do whatever needs to be done afterwards. Like, please
there you go.
Yeah, because I love steampunk.
Oh gosh, yes, we both love steampunk.
Yeah, getting a Dr. Steele on there was a huge oh my god! I think it's cool getting to become buddies with him over the course of getting to make this.
And I want to Josh Hero, so it's pretty awesome.
I'm just happy to hear new musicians that I didn't know of, and now I do. You know what I mean? So I can go out and look for their other shit, and fucking I already start looking up each person that I saw on there, and I was just fucking impressed with all of them. So it's fucking amazing.
Right.
Good stuff.
Josh? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just zoned the fuck out listening to you guys talk about the awesome album. I didn't realize that. I keep forgetting that my weird tastes of music aren't like everyone's weird tastes of music. So for me, Dr. Steele is a big name in the music community. But there's plenty of people who have no idea. So I'm glad that I got to. You definitely should go and check out all of the Dr. Steele things. Thaddeus' album Homecoming is amazing.
You were mentioning the new Dr. Steele, and I was like, so what was the old Dr. Steele like?
The old Dr. Steele, honestly, Thaddeus sounds very much like him. He has a similar voice. There's a storyline thing where the Doctor created clones of himself and like he has a whole. You would love him, honestly. You really should check it out. He did PSAs, and he had like this whole character thing where he was a toy maker who went insane and was making fucked up toys and got fired and all this kind of shit. And Thaddeus's thing is he's one of the clones of the Doc, and he's kind of taken over, kind of like Doctor Who. Kind of like you had the previous Dr. Steel, now you've got the new Dr. Steel, and it's a continuation of the overall concept and stuff. It's very cool. It's unique. Nice. It's like I said, very Doctor Who. That's the way to compare it. It's like a steampunk version of Doctor Who. So
I'm still a fan of the curly-haired fucking scarf. Doctor Who.
The original Doctor Who.
Tom Baker. Yeah, Tom Baker with the long scarf.
Yeah, he's fun.
That's the one I grew up on.
Me too.
Yep. Love Doctor Who. Yeah, cool.
Got the Barbary Ghost with their interlude track. That's I
love the curveball this one throws.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Yeah, it is.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Oops.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a wonderful. I actually, when he sent it to me, I was expecting an instrumental with no lyrics. I wasn't expecting any dialogue or anything, because that's the way he told it about it, that it was just going to be an instrumental track or something like that. And then I heard it, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking perfect. This is amazing. I love this. This is so perfect for this album. And he's Joshua Pfeiffer, or Pfeiffer, I think it is. He'll correct me. He's from Vernian Process, another steampunk artist that I was super into, and so when I reached out to be a part of this, and he said yes, I was like, oh, yay, wow, yes, excellent. Another person I'm just a huge fan of that I got to be on this album.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I like that.
I really dug it. Sounds awesome in the headphones, because I'm always walking around with headphones on, so I was checking out the album. I was like,
that's how I listened to the album, and I listened to it again this morning just to get it in there, you know what I mean? And Barbary Ghost, dude. I had to look them up too. I was just like, and then I saw it was just one dude, and I was like, god damn. That's the beauty about all of this, is like I keep finding more and more that it sounds like this whole ensemble, but it's always like one or two guys.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm really digging the free spirit of making music nowadays. It's like you don't even have to be in the same fucking country. Send off a couple tracks, get them back. So, technology.
We've never been in the same room. Me and Rob, Barney. I've met other members of the band at times, but me and Rob have yet to actually meet in the same room before. And we wouldn't sound the way we do without having another person. Like I could probably do the whole make everything, but it wouldn't have the level of quality because. One of the big secrets for self-titled album is I send shit to Rob, and then Rob tells me where I fucked up, and then I fix the fuck-ups, and then you guys never hear that part. Like, that's why self-titled album sounds good, is because I bounce shit off him, and he tells me where it fucking sucks, and then if I firmly disagree, we argue for a few days, and bitch like a married couple, and everything goes on. And eventually he says, it is what it is. And that's basically Rob's code for I'm fighting with you on this.
That's terrific. I love it.
Get there, Dr. Zombo.
What?
Okay, there you go. You were just very quiet when you said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I mumble all the time.
Ah, okay. Well, you
mumble. Hear me in person, I'm just like. All right. Nobody knows what the fuck to say.
I thought you were speaking in tongues.
Yeah. I was.
Okay. There you go. Bless you. Bless you, my child. Bless you.
On into the next track, City of Dis. This is basically this album.
Not that.
Like my indie artist game of fucking Pokemon, where I'm like, oh man, I love this artist. I'm gonna fucking cast my net and see if I can get these people to collaborate on an album with me. Marky Moon is another one. You guys, if you saw the episode, saw the episode we did for Old Blood, I'm a huge fan of Marky Moon. So when they agreed to do this album, like. I'll say it. Their track was the last one to come in, and it was worth the wait. It was probably super hard for everybody else being patient with it, but like the whole process of this album was everybody gets as much time as they need to make their song as good as possible. And and Marky Moon's just been kicking ass all over the place, so it was like hard to get time to even work on the song. So I'm just grateful that they joined in and they decided to do the whole city of Dis. Instead of just taking a circle, because in the book the city of Dis kind of contains the bass end of the circle. So it was, that was another situation. It was like, well, we're going to do this. And I said, what circle do you want? Like, we want to do the city of this. And I'm like, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Like, I'm just grateful you're here. Like, thank you.
Yeah, really.
Showed up to the party. Take your clothes off. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care.
There you go. Yeah,
No,
I love it.
I'm curious if they got their name from the television song Marquee Moon.
Ooh, that's a good question. Good question. I know that they watched the old episode, and I'm sure they'll probably peruse to this. Phil and Mark are great guys, so that would be if you guys could comment down below the answer to that question, that'd be great. What inspired your band name? And hey, actually, everybody that's on here, if you would I would love it if you'd go ahead and tell the people in the comment section that, because A, there might be people in the comment section, and B, it will populate our fucking comment section, and C, that's how this whole thing works. Please help the algorithm.
Yeah. And by the way, if Marky Moon watches this, we still haven't set up an interview yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to interview him for months.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Where the fuck are we, Rob? Marky Moon?
Sorry, I had to bitch about something.
Yeah, that's fine. Do we do a little bit of business and a little bitch?
That's my bitching.
Now, speaking of bitching, it's Rob's track. It's Robert's track.
Yeah. Here's the low point of the album right here, kids.
Hold on. I didn't even know you had a track on here until he said something. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, because
I've never
drastically put it down as
I'm a fraud.
Because I thought that would be hilarious if I committed just like a little bit of fraud with permission in the process. Like, I think that's fucking funny. If nobody else does, fuck you. But I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, we had a good laugh.
If I release,
we had a good laugh. I'm a fraud.
He'll get the proper credits on the Spotify thing, but on the album, it's under S.T.A.'s fraud because that shit's funny.
Yeah.
I was even happier when I heard that it was actually yours. Like, you put out something a couple months ago, which was very ethereal, melodic that you had thrown out and put up on YouTube. And the first time I heard it, I was like, holy shit, he makes music too. I was like, fucking just like the rest of us freaks.
Yeah, I'm just as freaky as all of that's why we all get along. We're all freaks together, So
surprised me. Yeah, this surprised me because I'd heard what he'd done before, and he said he was going to send me an ambient track. And I mean, yes, this kind of is, but it's not. It's fucking rocking. And when I heard this, I was like, oh, okay, so you can do that too. And immediately was like, okay, I'm going to find a song for Robert to play on. And then I sent him one the other day because of this. So yeah, if you're talking shit on you, talking the low point of the album, fuck you.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
This is the part where you pick up your balls and say, yeah, I'm a fucking good bastard. I made that.
There we go. Wait a minute.
Fabricating in this moment.
I just got to check. Hang on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. I'm fine. Yeah. They're over there. All my balls are still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a great addition to the album. It was the last.
But it was my pleasure.
It ends up being the last track actually added to the album because this album was all put together, and then I met Robert and I heard his ambient shit, and I'm like, the original idea was I wanted to take it and put it to where every song had a little bit of the ambience between it, and then at the end it would be the whole track. But when I tried to do that, the meshing of BPMs fucked it all up and made it sound like ass. So I just gave up the idea to put it on its own individual track. But it deserves to be its own individual track because it's an amazing track. So
I do actually agree with that.
Thank you.
That's the thing that blew me away when you told me it was. I was like, well, fuck. Not only did he add something to the album, it sound as good of quality as all the fucking heavy hitters that are on the album. So fucking, I was doubly impressed. So like, that was a great surprise to find out today. You did fucking great.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you all.
Yes,
thank you.
And because of that,
it's not like here's a great album and then here's this weird track. Like, what the fuck is that? No, it blends in well with the rest. So like, you're bringing something to the table that's got enough fucking meat to it to fucking stand up with the fucking rest of them, and it's fucking great. So
exactly, I love that he said it that way. That is very much the case. Like, it is not the low point on the album. The reason you're on there is because you're a good artist.
There is no
opinion, point on this album. Fucking thing together. So
there is no on this album. This album is
No. Yeah, the doctor's right. There are no low points on this album. It you know, that's the beauty of this album. It's here, and it doesn't drop. It just keeps going on up, and I love that. You know, so yeah.
Now we got the last circle of hell, which is Treachery. Death Threat Cassette comes back. It's kind of flighty and light, and it still has the same kind of, not the same vibe. It's obviously more of Lee's idea of hell, so it still kind of feels like the Rat song because it's him, but it's softer. And I think it kind of, between Treachery and then, I'm not going to say the outro song, I can't pronounce that. That's fucking Latin. I'm too white. I'm not going to even try to begin to do it.
Outro. It's called that.
Can you say
Nobody take offense, but that song you're talking about is probably right up there with one of my favorites out of the album. Just because I listen to a lot of Latin music and whatnot. So when I was listening to it, that's what I'm talking about. It adds this piece to it. You know, it's almost like the Beatles' White Album, where they have the exiting song that's just Paul McCartney did, and it's just beautiful, and it just takes you out of that Revolution number 9 into this beautiful scape, you know, and it's just I don't know. I think it's very well put into the fucking album, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, I appreciate the shit out of the work Derek put into both the intro and outro tracks of the album. Me and him have argued on things. But we're both very passionate people, so we're going to be prone to do that. And but I think it makes our friendship stronger because we're not. I know that he isn't going to sugarcoat shit, and when he gives a compliment, he fucking means it. And when he puts his effort into something, it's never half-assed. Even when he made a pop album last year, I think it was, and he talked about it being like this big old piece of shit fucking pop album, and it's like I barely half-assed it. It was. That was half his ass, he's got more ass than I have.
That guy's fucking Arsenio
half
Hall.
of his ass. His ass must be a massive thing because there was a lot of ass. That kind of turned the wrong way. It was a good song. It didn't sound like ass.
It was a great song.
But the album's great. I was just very impressed. It's very I really appreciate the fucking effort he put in. Plus he's the only, not the only, but he's really on theme. You could tell that this motherfucker read the book a couple times in his life for fun.
Yeah.
That was the vibe, because he said, I'm not going to take a circle, I'm going to take the intro and the outro. Fuck yeah. Because part of it, I'm sure of it's because the middle part's been done so many times, but I want to be a part of this thing. Fucking motherfucker.
Oh no, he was on such a good roll too.
I was doing great. I'm still here. I'm still trapped.
Josh,
no.
come back.
Boy.
I never left.
Josh, come to us. It's almost over. Josh.
I'm not editing this part out. I will put this in here so you can see how fucked up this is.
This is funny.
God damn it all to hell. I have to make another leg.
Up.
There
wait.
he is.
Uh-oh. There he is. He's back.
I've been ranting the whole time.
We're just talking shit.
And my shit recorded. So when you guys see this, you're going to see a big, long, passionate rant from me.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened is it froze up.
We were just doing the Dr. Zombo show.
It's bullshit. Fuck.
Yeah.
You're making fun of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great timing, actually. It's something like talking about a large ass and then freezing.
Yeah.
And I'm
I can't remember what nice thing I was trying to say about Derek, but I think he's a great musician. I think that was what I was saying, and I appreciate the work he put. Oh no, never mind. I can't remember what my fucking point was. It doesn't matter. But what I want to close this out with, because we got a few minutes. I really want to thank Dr. Zombo for being here, and also for bringing me and Robert together in the first place with your Zombie Unite stuff. That is, like I said before, that's going to be making a comeback. I'm not going to let that go away. I'm going to be a fucking butthead about it. I'll help as much as I have to.
Yeah, I'll help you too.
But and I wanted to thank Robert for being on the album and helping inspire the point. Robert's show, Headbangers Unite, asking me to be on that is how we got to this. Together, Apes Strong, and it's like a culmination of all of these things together. So I really appreciate you guys being here for the show, and I hope to have you back on future things. We have another one coming up, which is going to be self-titled album presents The Mouths of Madness, which will be a compilation album based on the fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. However people want to inspire it, Robert, I implore you to get involved in that one too. We're going to want a track from you. I'm still looking for artists to put that together. So if you're watching this and you want to get involved, reach out to me. It'd be great. Also, before anybody says that, I know H.P. Lovecraft was racist. I'm not. So it's okay that if I make money off this shit, and it's okay if we do, because
there you go.
Fuck racists. And I figure if, we make money off of something that a racist never made money off of in his entire life, then we win. Yeah. And the racists.
Absolutely.
Hey,
so that's the thing. That's before it comes up. I'm sure somebody's going to mention it, but yeah. The guy was a piece of shit, but his fiction was terrifying, and that's what we're here for, the horror aspect of it.
It doesn't matter who made it. If the art's good and it fucking fits, then fucking dig it. You don't have to dig the person.
There you go.
Dig the art.
Right.
Well, and honestly, sometimes the situations cause a good conversation, and considering there's states banning books about shit all the time, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to force the conversation to the forefront of some people's minds. So if you have a problem with H.P. Lovecraft being racist, bitch about it and don't fucking let it go away and make your old racist family uncomfortable at dinners.
Yeah.
I'm serious. They do that shit. We ain't gonna fucking stop it by avoiding it. So don't get all pissed at me because I'm making money off of because I'm not gonna make any money. I don't do it at all. I don't make any money. But so don't get mad at me for making money off this. I don't.
I was like, shit, I'm involved in 3 shows with a possible 4th. I haven't seen 1 freaking cent yet. What the hell's he doing right? So
exactly. Yeah,
it's all good. It's on OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly.
Jerking off on OnlyFans. Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna start an OnlyFans.
Could you imagine all of us?
Clothes on.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll need that with me. Yeah. You don't. This is something you don't want to see naked. Okay. I told somebody this. If you see me naked, I'm so ugly. I made a dildo lose a hard on. Okay, so that's how bad.
Bad.
So
I'm really proud that it came down to the last minute of the show before this shit completely went off the rails.
Yeah.
We did good. It's like a hint of professionalism. Just a smidgen of professionalism.
So all you out there,
good
look on OnlyFans. Soon enough, you'll be able to pay us to put our clothes on.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, the link will be below.
Except for Misty. She's going to pay us all this. Stay naked. I like you ugly fuckers.
Yeah. This is a sweet, beautiful woman with bad eyesight. That's the thing.
Hey, you know what? Keep them all.
There we go.
But all right, guys.
Yeah,
I will see you later.
Cheers.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers.
We'll see.
To choose
Bye.